Today I'm going to show you how to track your Bitcoin and meet the Canada Revenue Agency requirements, how to do it safely, properly, and securely. I'm Darren, fellow Canadian who's made a lot of guides about Bitcoin. None of this is financial advice. I'm not an accountant, not a lawyer, not a financial advisor, or anything like that. This is purely entertainment purposes. I'm going to be reading directly from the CRA's website that you can access yourself and add a little bit of content along the way. We're going to cover what Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are defined as, business income versus capital gains, how it's taxed, how it differs from somewhere like the United States, bookkeeping requirements, the tools to make this a whole lot easier, and why you should not use those tools at all. Bitcoin was defined in 2014 under the Income Tax Act in Canada. They defined cryptocurrencies as a digital representation of value that is not legal tender. And legal tender is what is deemed to be legal money by the government. So generally the CRA treats Bitcoin as a commodity. This would be similar to something like gold, aluminum, or copper. Now it can be treated as business income. If not, it would be considered a capital gain. So Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are treated as different line items. Say if you had Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, those would all be taxed individually as separate commodities. Capital gains mean whatever you have profited or lost in that tax year on that specific asset, 50% of that gets added or subtracted to your income tax for that year. This happens at disposition, which means you can purchase and hold Bitcoin without the threat of being taxed. Disposition is when you get rid of it. So this can be when you sell it, gift it, trade it for another cryptocurrency, trade it for a government currency, and buy goods and services with it. So how capital gains are taxed in Canada, it is an adjusted cost base. This means it is the price of the commodities as a whole, with reasonable costs incurred like the exchange fees, the miner fees, the accounting fees. Where it differs in the USA, it's a bit more flexible, where you can have a first in, first out, you can have specific sold. Again, that's a whole nother video and could come with a lot of advantages over Canada. In Canada, you can accept Bitcoin as a business and it can be treated as business income and not subject to the capital gain. This is a case-by-case basis and may not be true for your business. You're going to need to carry out commercial reasons for business activities, promoting a product or service, and show you intend to make profit. You cannot just make a business after you have Bitcoin and put it on your balance sheet as business income or inventory. So let's say it was business income. For example, you made $100 in Bitcoin today and the Bitcoin price is at $50,000. When tax time comes around, Bitcoin's value may be $100,000. So would your income be $100 or the now valued Bitcoin at $200? When you accept Bitcoin as business income, it is taxed at that price you received it. So in this case, if it went up 50% in value, your income would only be $100 instead of what you actually have is $200. This could hurt you in the other way as well if the price was to go down. I think this is a really under talked about way of accumulating Bitcoin. If you can prove all the ways you are accepting Bitcoin as income, there's no reason that all other businesses in Canada shouldn't be accepting Bitcoin. If you're a business that needs help integrating Bitcoin, whether it's purchasing Bitcoin, accepting Bitcoin, I'd recommend a company, Bitcoin Coast. They'll help you set up all of your payment processors, connect to your current tech stack, purchase and store Bitcoin properly, and help you join the Bitcoin network. So what about mining? It's not accepting it or purchasing it. Again, it's a case-by-case basis. So if you're a business, it can be considered inventory. If you're a hobbyist, it would be considered a capital gain. Again, a case-by-case basis. There's a whole list on the CRA website of how to treat it as inventory. The CRA has bookkeeping requirements on all that hold Bitcoin for 6 years, and this includes the date of the transactions, receipts of purchase of the cryptocurrency, value of the cryptocurrency in Canadian dollars at the time of transaction, the digital wallet record, the address, description of the transaction and the other party, exchange records, accounting and legal costs, software costs related to managing your tax affairs. Now there are softwares out there like Coinly, CoinLedger, that make this a whole lot easier. You connect your wallets, you connect your exchange, it spits out your tax form and you're good to go. The major problem here is your privacy. Transactions on Bitcoin are public for all to see by design. They are inscribed on the Bitcoin ledger forever. If Bitcoin succeeds, it will certainly outlast this video, even YouTube itself. You're essentially putting up your hand and saying, yes, these are my transactions, linked to my identity, where I store it, the receipts of me buying them, how much I owe on tax, and how much I've profited. You are giving all of this information to those companies. Let's be real, Bitcoin is definitely a challenge to the current government money system we see today. There's been repercussions of people being sued, bank accounts being locked just for using Bitcoin in dire situations. For this reason, I recommend doing all of your bookkeeping on your own, hosted locally, or on paper. There's also other open source software out there like Rotekey. Haven't tried myself, but something to look into. It is best not to chance any of this stuff. Even doing it on Google Sheets or Excel that is connected to the cloud. Remember, there's no cloud. It's only somebody else's computer, and they could have access to that data you are storing there. So it's best not to chance any of this and do it yourself. Here's my spreadsheet of the bookkeeping requirements. So first we need the date of the transaction. Second is the receipts or purchase of that transaction. Typically this will be with your exchange that you purchase it on. Value of cryptocurrency in Canadian dollars. So that would be the exchange rate you bought it at, the investment that you sent it in, digital records of cryptocurrency transactions. Lots of exchanges will have the transaction IDs, as well as you should store your address where it's been sent to, what wallet you're using it on. The description of the party, in my case, would be Bull Bitcoin, or you can just use your cryptocurrency addresses, the accounting, legal costs of it. Some exchanges have software costs to withdraw your Bitcoin, or they charge your miner fee, but typically if you're using a good exchange, all those fees will be free. Now to find the current value, you can get the real-time Bitcoin price by inserting a table, connecting it to the internet. To do this on Excel, you head to Data, Get External Data, and Query from Web. This is where you'll paste in a table you found online of the Canadian Bitcoin price. If connected to the web, this will automatically populate for you. If done properly, there's great YouTube tutorials on this. Always use the same exchange rate source for all of your future and historical data. This is Bitcoin's price today, currently, and if we multiply what we purchased by the price today, that will give us the current value. We then would subtract it to the investment, the original investment we currently made, and that would give us our current profit in dollars, and then we can get a percentage of what that change would be. So let's just say we made a second transaction of a $100 investment on a month later. We put in all of the details, and this time, based on today's price, we are up $8.39. We add this all together. This is our total Bitcoin purchased, current value of it, our total profit and percentage. Take the average of the exchange rate we purchase at, that will give us our adjusted cost of all of our purchases. We haven't incurred any capital gains yet, but once we sell, that is when it will be the disposition. So on the sell, again, we have the date, the exchange rate, how much we've sold, the exchange we've sent it at, the transaction IDs. This case, it's a miner fee that we are going to be paying. There's no accounting, legal fees for this. To get the price we sold it at, obviously multiply the price by the exchange rate. Just as cost-based price is the Bitcoin we have multiplied by the adjusted purchase price that we purchased it on. And that will give us the profit we've made as well as the percentage gains. Full adjusted capital gain will be your change plus all of your fees. So in our case, it costs us $1.20 for that miner fee. So our total capital gain is $4.70. With no other fees, we can see what is finally going to be added to our taxes. 50% of our capital gain, in this case, it's $2.35. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just entertainment purposes. There's way better spreadsheets you can make. It's not perfect, but it gives you a good idea of what you need to be recording. There's some great cryptocurrency accountants out there that you should lean on. If you need help finding one, please let me know. I'll get you guys in touch. Yes, these exchange records can be hard to track if you're making a lot of trades. Those apps like Coinly, CoinLedger are very convenient, don't get me wrong. The privacy benefits of keeping your own records yourself, I think, are 100% worth it. It's not required for you to give all this information to CRA every year. It's just required for you to keep records of it in case anything were to happen. If you like this video, I have other videos on my channel about how to buy Bitcoin, store Bitcoin, use it, other sovereign tools that'll help make your finances a lot easier. If you want more detailed reviews on how to buy Bitcoin, how to store it, join the Bitcoin network, you can visit my website, bitcoinstartingpoint.com. I have all of my guides, videos listed there, along with my referral codes where you can get up to 30% off a lot of these products. If you have any questions, you can email me, message me. I'll be happy to answer those questions, work with you, and thanks for watching.